autopsies and all these type of things and stuff like that. But the wife that has now legal authority shut all that shit down. Oh boy, funny as hell. Yeah, I think you can find it on YouTube, and if not, then you can find it on Daily Motion. I'm not gonna put the link because one time they flagged me for that. I don't know about Daily Motion, but yeah, I don't know about Daily Motion, so I think you know what? Just do it in Daily Motion is a legal place and stuff. Illegal, it's not illegal. So you can check that there. But hey, maybe look, if I go on Yandex, I'm gonna find it 100% because you Google is shit. It's not gonna do it. But anyway, this is just you can find it on YouTube somewhere. I found it on YouTube one time, but I forgot the name. And if I think about it, I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself, because now I'm going too far off the track. But the point is, I'm trying to show you who this race is. They're playing with you.
Superpower. We're a superpower, and under President Trump, we are going to conduct ourselves as a superpower. You can talk all you want about international niceties and everything else, but we live in a world, in the real world, Jake, that is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power. This neoliberal frame that the United States' job is to go around the world and demanding immediate elections be held everywhere, immediately, all the time, right away, to create these vacuums.
That's not what I think, but you invaded the country. We went into the country and we seized the leader of Venezuela.
Damn straight we did.
See exactly what kind of freedom they have won.
President Donald Trump announced that Venezuela will be giving the U.S. 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to be sold.
That's the freedom that they won. The covetousness of these Edomites.
Oil will be sold at its market price, and that money will be controlled by me as President of the United States of America.
Forever, Venezuela, you're finally free.
The U.S. now imposing a military blockade on its oil exports, using it as leverage to get Venezuela to give in to the Trump administration's demands. The U.S. has conveyed to the interim leader of Venezuela that she must agree to partner exclusively with the U.S.
And if you look at her, a lot of footage of her, she's always surrounded, not always, but she's often surrounded by this guy and this guy. But if you look at the population of Venezuela, none of these people... let me not say nothing about that, bro. I just say this: if you go to South America, the higher up you get, the more Edomite you see. This doesn't look like Edomite. She looks like something that is mixed up with native. I always see the native because I look the hair, the face. I just see it. Lord willing, I can see it. But if you go downwards, then you will see the so-called natives and the so-called Negroes over there. But when you go higher up in the politics, I'm going to give you an example about the country that I'm from. This is what you will then therefore see. This. You're going to see this. You're going to see this. She's not the president of that land. And you're going to see this. He was the president before that. You're going to see this fucking tear baby, which was the president before that. It's a goddamn tear baby. I made a video about them deflect the shit out of me on YouTube, talking about him giving off personal information because I traced his grandfather, his great-grandfather, then his grandfather, and then his father. I traced them all to a bunch of Edomites here in the Netherlands. I traced them. And then he was set up because he went to school here in the Netherlands. He was set up by the Dutch Edomites, but he flipped on them. Just like what you have in America, where they set up leaders, and then those leaders start to be around their own people. They start to see the money system. They see how it works. And then they trying to shut out America. And then, well, we found weapons of mass destruction. We gonna come and get you. And then you have the country beside that, which is Guyana president. Who's there? Another fucking East Indian. Another motherfucker. How are these people coming from the whole other side of the planet Earth and coming to rule here in like, well, not here, I mean like in those countries? How? Who put them there? You should think about that one. But anyway, how are these fuckers allowed? when you go to India, yeah, do you think that you as a dark-skinned man or a Native American, South American, South American, do you think that you can run for not even not even a government, government? What's the word again? Governor? What the fuck, man? Some damn politician shit, whatever. Governor. Damn, I was thinking of government, but anyway, governor or just whatever, man. You can't go over there and rule over a town or a small village. You can't do that because them coolies are gonna run you out that country. Yeah, they gonna run you out that country. They come with their fucking. Look, leads after election in country awash in oil and gas, and then you had whatever. I don't want to go up in that topic because it's too much. The point is, you have all these other motherfuckers ruling over there and stuff like that. But it's the curses of the Heavenly Father anyway. So yeah. But I'm going to leave that. So let me go back to over here. So who do you think is ruling? I'm going to show you what Trump said that who will be ruling.
Oil production and kick out officials from China, Russia.
Kick out officials from China, Russia, Iran, and Cuba because they're there too. Why? Because they want that oil. These countries want that oil too. It's all about the money.
Iran, and Cuba, severing all economic ties with those countries.
We obviously have maximum leverage over the interim authorities. Their decisions are going to...
We have maximum...
We obviously have maximum leverage.
Maximum leverage. They're the ones pulling the leverage. Back in the cartoon days, you had... You had somebody in a cartoon world, they would pull a lever and then you would fall through the ground like this one. right. You had this back in the cartoon days. Wait, let me see something on GIF. You had these, I think this one is it. I don't know. No, it's too small. Well, it's good too. I think it's bigger. Yeah. You had these type of things back in the cartoons. They would pull a lever. And then, it didn't go out. It didn't go forth. Pulled the lever, crunk. Pulled it, and then, But you had a lot of Warner Bros. Cartoons do that back in the days. It was just known. But yeah, they have all the leverage, meaning they call the shots. If they are the ones that pull the thing, and you die.
Over the interim authorities, their decisions are
over their decisions. Wait, let me go on.
Going to continue to be dictated by the United States.
They're going to continue to be dictated by the United States. Okay.
Of America.
Well, good news. You're next.
This is the start of changing Venezuela.
This is the start of it, right? Changing in Venezuela.
And then we're going to fix Cuba.
We're going to fix Cuba, so it's not just Trump repeating, but this devil is more serious when you look at his face. Like, okay, this guy. Okay.
Nicaragua will get fixed. Next year we'll get a new...
They're talking about fixing you as if you're wrong. That's why I hate when people trying to come up in my life and trying to tell me to do stuff that better myself. What the fuck you mean better myself? I'm good. Lord willing. You see me and you think like, no, he's actually doing bad. I want to help him. Look, I understand, but you shouldn't let everybody help you because they will turn that around and talk shit about you. Yeah, I'll lace your boots. Nigga. I'm the one that lace your motherfucking boots, fool. I brought you up. I set you up. You know what I'm saying? Don't take help from every fucking body up on the planet Earth because I know monkeys that would say shit like that. I ain't taking help from everybody, man. I was only trying to help him, man. He got violent. Fuck you, man. Because I know your spirit. I seen what you do to other people when you're trying to, I'm helping you. Fuck you, man. I don't want your help. But certain people, you accept their help and stuff like that because you know that it comes from their spirit, like their soul and stuff like that. It doesn't come from, yeah, nigga, I'll lace your boots. Or... yeah, you according to their lifestyle. I hate people that, chase bitches, chase fanciness and stuff like that, and then you try and come help me. Fuck you, man. Why? Because his form of having a beautiful life is all these materialistic things. or some fancy things or some bitches or whatever the hell. I don't want that, man. Don't come here and tell me that, yeah, I'm trying to help you or better you. No, I'm good. What makes you think that I am doing bad? Lord willing, I'm doing good. But according to me, according to my status, this is my vision of having a beautiful life. Your vision of having a beautiful life is to repaint your house and do this and get an upgraded car. I ain't doing that shit, man. I don't even like cars, bro. You know what I'm saying? But with this and that, get new fancy this, fancy. Oh damn! I'm looking at the clock. I need to go to the market. Oh damn! I'm gonna miss the market for the whole week. Oh no! Let me play this video. Sorry.
President in Colombia, democracies.
Sorry, in Colombia, I was ranting on something else. But I hope you understand that part that I was just talking. Okay, don't let everybody help you. It's not a good thing.
Coming back to this hemisphere.
Okay. Sorry for talking a lot of nonsense. Well, it does make sense, but I mean, like, talking a lot of stuff off topic, I should say. Okay, Cuba they want to have, Nicaragua they want to have, talking about they're gonna fix it. When another nation tells you, see, I'll go again, but when their form of fixing is to make it according to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody says, let me see. Damn, I had the example, but it is to where, let me see, how can I give it that example? The example is to, damn it, I had a good example, but I lost it. But yeah, still, so let's say, that's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. If somebody wants to come and better your life, right? No, that is his vision and his the way that he sees his view. That's his view of a better thing, whatever. But if you're satisfied with what you got, and then another person comes and says, let me fix your life for you, you know what he's actually telling you? He's telling you that he sees you as something that is low and he wants to uplift you. You have people like that. They really want to uplift you, but the irritating part is that you think I am there, down there, and you want me up. I didn't ask you. And that's one. Second, you have other people that do the same thing, but you would really see the genuine in him. Like, nah, he you know what I'm saying, he's trying to get better up. And then I would accept it, man, because, you know, he's trying to help me, but his soul is speaking. It's not his eyes with his visualness that when he looks at you as something that is down. I don't like that shit, bro. Lord willing, I'm good. In your eyes, I'm down. But in my own eyes, I'll be like, I don't need anything else. But like I said, not every help is great. And damn sure if an American trying to help you, don't take that shit.
Sure, we'll get a new president in Colombia. Democracy is coming back to this hemisphere.
Okay. Democracy is coming back. No, rape, rob, murder, conquistador style is coming back. Throwing up the gang signs and shit. Doop, doop. You know?
So which of these tyrannical dictatorships are we going after next?
President Trump and his team are also targeting a northern ally of the U.S. with new threats to take over Greenland.
New threats to take over Greenland. Okay, let me speed this everything up because it's about a few seconds here and then a few scriptures and then I'm done.
That's just one little hitch with invading Greenland.
Denmark, which controls the independent territory, is a close NATO ally.
The Danish Prime Minister has said a U.S. attack on NATO territory would effectively end the alliance, which has never seen one member.
Attack
another.
Attack another. So what is the Heavenly Father doing here? Let me get a few scriptures before I go on with that one. So, 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 6. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived. So this even shows you that the wisest king of Israel, right? Especially the wisest of all at that time, yeah? even he had counselors, and when he was thinking something, he might ask you like, hey, so what do you think about this? The Most High also has it in the book of 1 Kings chapter, I think 22, if I'm correct. Let me see. Not that the Heavenly Father needs you, but I'm just showing you that as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. So the things that are done in heaven, so shall it be ruled upon the planet earth. And it is not like that now, but in the time of King Solomon, well, of course he sinned. So, but in the kingdom, in heaven is no sins, and also in the kingdom in the future there will be no sins amongst the Israelites. The heathens are going to sin. But anyway, here, the Most High, and you have 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 22, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and will be a lying tongue in the mouth of all this, of all his prophets, sorry. And the Heavenly Father said, thou, the angel, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. And Yahweh had spoken evil concerning thee. And it was the prophet that told the king, what was it? And the king, yeah, Jehoshaphat. He told him, and that prophet, what's his name? I think his name is called here. Anyway, okay, you can read the rest for yourself if you have the time. Hanan, Hanan, funny name. It's another form of Canaan. But Kanai, that's something else. But anyway, I always mix those two up. But anyway, the point is, if you read this here, this portion right here, 17 until 23, you will see that the Heavenly Father, he wasn't asking counsel, but people came up and gave their suggestions. Well, that's the same thing that I'm talking about right here concerning the wisest man at that time, because you had other kings that was very wise. King Solomon himself was not wise enough, for example, to do this. 1 Kings chapter 5 verse 6. Now therefore, so King Solomon is talking to the king of Tyre. Now therefore command thou that they hew me cedars out of Lebanon, which is where the Canaanites were, and my servants the Judites shall be with thy servants the Canaanites, and unto thee will I give hire for thy servants money, and all these other type of spices and stuff like that. Well, I think no, it was different, different forms of payment, food and all that. Okay, according to all that thou shalt appoint, for thou knowest. So King Solomon is talking to the king of Tyre, the Canaanite. For thou knowest that there is not among us Israelites any Israelite that can skill to hew timber like unto the Sidonians, because but that shows you that the people of Tyre are Sidonians. And this is the sister city to Sidon. And who is Sidon? You should already know by now. Oh, what am I doing? Cain. I was supposed to type Genesis. I was thinking about Cain, and that's why. Genesis chapter 10, verse 15. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and so forth, and all that type of stuff. But the Canaanites are, the Tyrians are Sidonians, which are Canaan, it's just Canaan. But my point is to show you that Solomon had wisdom in other things, greater things, of course, but to the spirit of the Yahweh Bashem Yashai. But the other nations, their kings, they had wise things amongst themselves too. People, every people has its own blessings, man. You gotta accept that too. Not everybody. Not only Israelites have we are the greatest of the greatest, but you have people that are other nations that have great things too, man. I just showed you one. That was just one. There's many more. Anyway, they have beautiful things too. So the point is that, okay, so 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 6, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old man that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, how do ye advise that I may answer this people? So Rehoboam asked them, and they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them and answer them, because a king serves the people. You don't serve yourself. Once you do that, they're going to fight against you. And answer him, The king is servant of the people. You serve the people. Anyway. And speak good words. That Yahushua also said it. He said, you serve the people. The 144,000, they will serve the nation of Israel. They will water the sheep, feed the sheep, give them grass to eat, pasture and stuff like that. Give them water and all that there. And speak good words to them. Then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old man. I don't want to stretch out time because I'm already, it's already, okay. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 13. And the king answered, Rehoboam answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men that was full of testosterone and stupid, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. That's not a good idea. But 15, I'm going to jump to 15. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, the wise older men. He didn't listen to them. Why? For the cause was from Yahweh. That is the reason why the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom got split up even more than they already were. Because they were, continually going against each other. But that was the curse of the Heavenly Father. Proverbs chapter 20. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart, the mind. So now jump forward to this day and age. The Most High is the one that is putting in the mind of Trump and his supporters, because it's not just one man making it. He has counselors, man. But you have other people that are against it. Like, no, I don't think it's a... You're fired. You're out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Or you could end up, that's if you know secrets. You end up like him. First there was no gun, and then there was a gun. It magically reassembled itself. Or, not disassembled, but there's another word. When something comes out of nothing. I want to use a fancy word, but I don't know it. I can't remember it, I should say. But anyway. So, that is what happened. That is what's happening right now here, right? Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is an empire, NATO, these shall hate the whore. The 10 horns is talking about the 10 kings. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Yahweh is the one, for Yahweh had put in their minds to fulfill his will. So, they're going to fight against America, and these are the beginning stages in the physical form that we can see it right now in public. They've been fighting behind the scenes, just like how the nation of Israel was fighting behind the scenes with the northern and the southern kingdom, because it's the leaders that actually caused the people to be divided. But it was the Most High, of course, eventually. But loose from that. The thing is, it begun with the leaders. They had those meetings. The average people, most of the time, they're not really into that fighting with the other. You know what I'm saying? But through the decisions of the leaders, things are gonna start trickling down to the average people eventually. That's just how things go, right? So here, and agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of Yahweh should be fulfilled. So once the time comes when the word of the Heavenly Father will strike oppose toward them, then they will disagree with the woman. Yeah, and it says right here, 18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. America is reigning over the kings of the earth. That's that woman that everybody finds so beautiful that people want to go towards so bad that they get kicked out and they're crying to go back. That's like a girl that doesn't want you no more. She moved on, has a new semen in her mouth while she's talking to you, with the door half jarred open, talking about you can't come back in. I just got finished sucking somebody off. You can't come back in, please. Please, I'll eat bananas just to make my semen taste good. Yeah, please, take me back. That's basically what you're doing when you're trying to get back up in America after they kick you the fuck out. you dumbass. You know? You're like a girl, you're like a dude that's trying to kiss a woman that got semen in there and just dripping. You know? And then keep the door on ajar just to let you know they don't like you. You're an enemy. And you're still trying to kick the door in. Please let me in, please. With begging emotions and stuff like that. Please. Man, that's how I see you trying to get back up in the land. So what's happening right now is that movie though. I'll look it up for you if I can find it. No, it's not here. Okay, cool. Okay, here. Yeah, Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor and also the weaker ones, right? Because if you don't have a lot of money, you have not a real good stand in this planet Earth concerning legal issues, unless the Heavenly Father be with you, and then these devils, even though they have the snake tongue, they might do something fair toward you. Because they are capable of doing it, these devils, but don't expect it. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. What are devices once more again? They are plans. Here, a plan, method, in order, or trick with a particular aim. It's another scheme. And what is a conspiracy? Don't go off of what the American version is and definition is of the word conspiracy, because if you look out through history, they change words. The rainbow is now something that other men bend over for other men for. That is not what the rainbow represents. But why don't you walk with a rainbow umbrella? Like back in the days, we had umbrella. We had these beautiful, I still think it's beautiful until this day, but I wouldn't be dead with this shit. You know, you already know, like, nah, I ain't walking around with that shit. You know, as a man, you don't walk around with no damn ponies and stuff like that. Well, nowadays you don't walk around with this no more. Even when it rains, back in the days, I think it was dope having this thing in the time of rain, because it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow, and you have a rainbow umbrella. Come on, man. Ain't that dope? That's dope. To me, it's dope. But nowadays, it ain't dope no more, man. It ain't dope no more. You know, it ain't dope no more, man. You know, they change stuff. So it says here, conspiracy. This is the simple definition of it, and straight to the point. A secret plan it doesn't necessarily have to be a group. It could be two people or whatever. Act of plotting or conspiring. Let me get that word. Well, let me read this one. A secret plan by a group to do something evil. Anyway, conspiring now. Conspire. Make secret plans jointly to commit an unlawful or harmful act. What is conspiring then? Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel. What is crafty counsel? Counsel is advice, right? And what is crafty? Crafty is clever, involving, cunning. How about that? Similar to cunning. Okay. Skillful. It is skillful. But cunning is having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. Basically also by evil, sly, and all that type of stuff. Deceit. So it says here, the enemies of the Heavenly Father that hate the Heavenly Father, they have taken crafty counsel against the Heavenly Father, his people. So this is a conspiracy. And they consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones of the Lord? Ezekiel 7 verse 22, which is, my face will I turn also from them. And they shall pollute my secret place. For the robber shall enter into it and defile it. The Most High has basically us as the hidden ones, because he hid his face from us, and therefore we don't know who we are too also at that same time. But we are the hidden ones of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because we are the secret place of the secret is something that is hidden. We are the ones that are hidden from the world also. We are the secret ones. Here, First John chapter 2, First John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Heavenly Father. Therefore the world knoweth us not. We are hidden to the world, because it knew him not. The world doesn't know the Most High. And then you have, I think it's Acts. No, it's not Acts. It's, what is it again? Romans 8. Romans 8 and 19. For we earnestly, let me see here, earnestly, for the earnest expectation of the creature, everyone is a creature upon the planet Earth, especially starting with the Israelites, not especially. Everyone is a creature. So even the heathen nations waited upon the manifestation of the sons of God. So they're waiting for something, because they're talking about Jesus is gonna come, but you don't know what you don't know is not. You don't know what you worship. The Jew, we know what we worship. We know what we worship. You don't know what you worship. John 4:22. Ye worship, ye know not what. You don't know what you're talking about. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews, because they come with the. That's why the Heavenly Father said that I will wake up the tents of Judah first, so that you can't talk shit, because I know you will. And second is to show you that no, it came from them. Salvation came from them. Those are the ones that the Most High woke up first, and those are the ones that will bring the truth unto you, unto the rest of the world, the Israelites in the world. Yeah. So they, the crafty, we're the ones that are hidden anyway. So it says also, but okay. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. So this is a conspiracy. They are conspiring together against us in order to harm us and stuff like that. So to Psalms 10 and 2, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. We are the poor. And also we are then therefore the weaker ones, because we don't have no army. What army do you think that we have? We don't. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. One of their devices is the extermination of the Jacob descendants. That's what they're going for. Well, the Most High is going to make them be caught in their own devices. The other devices is that they want to enslave us with that RFID chip. Well, the Most High is going to enslave them. How about that? They want extermination for a lot of people. If the Most High doesn't come fast, there would be no flesh left to be saved. Well, that's why Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 is written for them, because they want to exterminate people, but it's going to happen to them. So, for the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorred. That's what they're doing. They're blessing the covetousness. They're coveting their own neighbors, the Edomites of NATO. They're coveting their own stolen and fair and square stolen land, which is Greenland, that Denmark stole. But anyway,
it's important that we have a stake in Greenland. When you look at the Western Hemisphere, we are the dominant predator, quite frankly, force in the Western Hemisphere.
They are a predator, and they're telling you that they are a predator, but you need to get it. But here, I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. You will see this whole segment. The snake-tongued devil is trying to. They're gonna spin it. They're gonna say you're the evil one and they're the good one. Just watch this section right here. I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. They're spinning things like, damn. I'm gonna give you an example.
Of it, rather than the correct interpretation of it.
See, rather than the correct interpretation of it. Let's see what he says. What they say.
Which of course is yours. So help me out.
Yours interpretation. That's what the snake-tongued devil is going to say.
We'll play.
People. These were great people.
These were great people. He's talking about the people that invaded the thing that they're in the the government.
Officers instigated the violence that day.
So those are the ones that instigated. It was the other way around. But anyway,
loving people.
They get a full pardon. Well, you can watch it for yourself. But yeah, it's just some devil shit.
January 7th, we've all seen with the correct
deranged.
On January 7th,
Highly disrespectful.
Deranged lunatic woman.
Professional ICE agitator. Domestic terrorist.
They're using trigger words to push forth. This guy just looked like a CIA agent. He just looked like an agent that is trained into doing things. These people are demonic. I'm telling you, they're lying to your face, man. And it's crazy. They're all set up. You can, I don't know. When you look at them, you be like, how? No, I don't know. This shows you that we are not the same, man. People that say like everybody, you need to. Yeah, I don't know. You need to. I want to say something gruesome, but let me say something normal. You need to get your kids with the so-called kings and queens of the not just the Netherlands. I typed in the Netherlands, but yeah, there's other countries that have children, because these children are actually big right now. They're big. They're older than this, by the way. You should make your children play in the sandbox like their children. You know, you should try and get your children rubbing elbows with their children in the sandbox. You should do that, and you know, do it. You're gonna see the Secret Service. You're gonna see the Secret Services. They're gonna shoot you and your goddamn kid. Your kids might not be damned, but I mean, they're gonna shoot you, boy. If your kid's trying to come near their kids, you know, and they're gonna shoot you, man. They're gonna body slam you, your kid, you know, trying to run toward their child. Hey, body slam, bam. And if you do it, they're gonna shoot you, running toward their children, trying to hug them. You know, any normal person would get violent for a stranger running up toward their child. But yeah, so that's maybe not a good example, but anyway, whatever.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that.
So this is the answer. This is the question to that answer. This is the question. So the question went like this.
How much money are you thinking of getting people in Greenland to get them on board with a possible U.S.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet.
Okay, that's it. So I'm not talking about, but this is, the camera is pointed on him, because the camera here is kind of screwed up. It goes to him, but I don't want that. I want a fresh, clear visual.
But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not.
That's what I want. Let me repeat that.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland.
Anyway, the point is that they covered land and they want it, and they want it, and they take it by violence, because it says right here, and they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They stole Greenland fair and square. I say that with utmost hatred, but yeah, I can't do nothing because I don't have power. Anyway, they stole it fair and square, and they claimed it 500 years ago, and yeah, now it's his turn to claim it. And if you want to fight, you fight. Oh yeah, I forgot that part of the article. Wait, the news article. Wait. Yeah. Right, this is what I forgot actually. European military personnel arrive in Greenland as Trump says U.S. needs island. This is 6 days ago. So they took that threat. Yo, that was like, what? They was right there, man. And it says here, which also involves Germany, Sweden, Norway, Finland, the Netherlands, and UK. All of them like, hey, what do you think you're doing, man? It's friendly fire, man. Why? Because 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 14, I'll just go to 15. Wherefore the king Rehoboam hearkened not unto the people, that was given wise counsel. He actually was not listening to the old men that also was advisors and counselors to King Solomon, the wisest man of all Israel. And especially, he was just wiser than everybody else, especially how to deal with his people, right? He was wise in Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, all that there. But of course, he made mistakes. I don't want to keep on continually saying that, but you know, because people might be like, yeah, if he was so wise, how come he couldn't deal with women? Okay, anyway, so you always have some people are very irritating. You have certain people that trying to, you know, they're trying to mock something like that. You know, people, you know, they're trying to mock, but it's good. Like I said, I'm gonna keep on reminding you, I don't have power. You have to understand what I mean with that. You don't understand what I mean with that? If I tell you I don't have power, you should know what I want to do to you. I want to do that, but I don't have power. So anyway, so it says here, but it says, for the cause was from the Lord. Another one with Samson also was Judges chapter 13 verse 14, sorry. Judges 14 verse 4. Now here in verse 1 until verse 3, Samson wanted a wife, because it says right here, Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. Okay? And then his father and his mother said, verse 3, then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, which are the Danites and the rest of the others, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? These vile, you want their daughters, man? And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleased me well. But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord, that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. Why? Let's say this is KKK time, right? Back in the days, right? It's still KKK time, but they watered themselves down. Their own government is fighting against them, because now Amalek is more in power. and he's trying to spread out the interracial thing. If you didn't know this, that's what they're doing. If you watch this documentary called, if you go on Rumble, you're gonna find it. There's 1, 2, 3 toward it. You know, but I hate this devil too, because he talks shit about Jake too. But it's a devil. Of course he's gonna talk shit about us. But the other information is very good. Very good. I like it. I like it very much. I like this documentary very much. You can see how they're fucking over each other. Oh boy. That war against the house of the house of Amalek against the house of Esau, or the house of Edom, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's very good, man. It's very, it's really in there. I like it. They're murdering each other. Motherfucker. Great. You know, they're breaking up each other from within themselves. Beautiful. Anyway, it wasn't okay, because when you take another man's wife and you are in a ruling position, you're gonna hate that. You know, that's what happened in the time of KKK also, and stuff like that. In those days, 1900s and stuff like that. Jack Johnson, the boxer, and all that. They hated him, but they couldn't beat him up. They could have got together and then murdered him with a weapon or something like that. But they was also afraid of the European Council that was saying, yeah, he is the heavyweight champion, nothing should happen to him. But they found ways in order to still get him, lock him up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They found other ways to make his life miserable, because they couldn't lynch him. Because, you know, they was honoring one another at that time. They was honoring the other people in Europe, like, yeah, that's the heavyweight champion of the world. You can't do him something, you know, because in those days, might and strength really meant something to these devils. Anyway, It still does right now, but more as an oppressor and taking stuff from you as the bully, a big guy. As that devil said. This devil said it too. He looked like a sissy. You know you can slap him around. You know you can slap him around. No, not this guy. Where's the other guy? This guy. You know you could slap him around, you know? But anyway. But he's talking about might and strength. No. It's these guys that do the fighting. These are the ones that do the taking and the murdering and all that type of stuff. These are not killers. These are murderers. There's a difference. Killing, when you kill someone, is either defense or that person comes to murder you for no reason, or just for a reason that is like, well, he wants to take your gold or do something to your wife and children, stuff like that. When you kill him, that's a kill. But when you actively go out and trying to take somebody's stuff in their land or whatever, their house, wherever, you're a murderer if you do that. There's a difference. But anyway, these are the murderers of America. Okay? More of them are should be in the body bag. But anyway, so let me see. But Judges 14:4. But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord that he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. We were enslaved under them, and basically Samson was fucking their woman, just like John. What's his name again? John Johnson. John Johnson. Nee, Jack Johnson. Just like Jack Johnson. He was beating them up. From this time came the phrase, the White Hope. The White Hope. the great White Hope. Jack London, called the Great White Hope, got his ass beat by Jack Johnson. You know? Yeah. The fight of the century, he got his ass rocked. And then they made sure that this footage was not really to be seen. They didn't want Esau to be seen on the ground. But after he won, they started murdering the Jacob descendants, of course, randomly, because that's what the devil does. You know, that's what they do. But the time of being treated as how you treated people will come to them once that time comes. The Heavenly Father, when he says, okay, it is done. Now, endow my servants with power from above. But yeah. So let me hit them up with the last one. So it says right here, where was I here? Yeah. So all these countries are now getting together.
So what you can see over there is a Danish naval vessel. It regularly patrols Greenland. The coast here is fundamental to defense. What they're looking out for is suspicious activity over or underwater, so ships, Donald Trump has spoken of Chinese or Russian ones, you don't see them here, or under the water, submarines, like Russian submarines, for example. But apart from them, what you have is the arrival now of troops and vessels from other European...
These are them tough guys that go out there and do stuff. Not that sissy that you saw here. He's the one that's, you damn sure he did.
Everywhere, immediately, all the time, right away. To these vacuums.
That's not what I think, but you invaded the country. We went into the country and we seized the leader of Venezuela.
Damn straight we did.
He's one of them sissies, man. You know. These are the dangerous ones.
Germany and France.
That go out there, rape, rob, and murder. They also rape each other. Friendly fire. Here. Male rape survivors tackle military insult, tough guy culture, and stuff like that. They're a bunch of tough guys, but they fuck each other, man. That's what they're doing. Yeah? 38 men raped in U.S. military each day. That's the real friendly fire, man. And that was an article in 2014, man. That's the real friendly fire. 26,000 reported military sexual assaults from men. You know? Sexual assault upon nearly, let's see. They're raping each other, man. Here, Australia. Here, initiations and stuff like that. Let me see. They do it in the Netherlands too. I know of a dude that he gave a interview. Crazy shit, man. I didn't listen to that shit. I just glanced over it and I was like, damn, they do it here too. It was a guy from South America too, a darker skinned guy, and he was all fucked up, man. He was messed up in his head, man. He said that the Dutch guys did that to him, man. But he went to another country, and I don't know if it was Dutch actually. Sorry. But yeah, I believe they do it too. But I do remember they went to another country. Like I said, I glanced over that shit. I'm not listening. Fuck out of here. I heard a few things and I was like, you know what? I think I have better things to do in my life than to listen how you got your ass bleeded. No, fuck that shit, man. I don't even want to say it. Man. Anyway, it says right here. Fuck these fucking devils, man. The vex with the that's what he was vexed with the comfort. Here, 2 Peter 2:7, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. Yeah, they have filthy conversations, man. Australian Commission, military cadets, raped as initiation. This is what they do. They do it in Australia. They do it in England. Hundreds of men sexually abused in British military. They do it in Russia. There was one Russian guy that killed them, but they locked him up. He said they was going to do that to me, what they did to my bunkie the other day. They threatened me that they was going to do it to me. He spoke in Russian, of course. Oh, you're Russian. Of course the Ukrainians are doing it too, to each other. This is not other people. This is, they do it toward each other, but they also do it to other people. But loose from that, I'm not focusing on that right now. I'm focusing on the friendly fire that they do amongst each other. Yeah. This guy here. I was threatened with rape, says Russian conscript who shot aide dead. Of course he fucking killed him, man. Because they wanted to harm him. Now if you read the rest of the article, you will see that oh, they want to make you pay now. Back in the days it was free. I read it for free. That shows you that they're goddamn devils, man. They lock stuff behind a paywall when they see that the numbers are going up. When the numbers are low, they think, oh, nobody's interested. But as soon as the numbers go up, they lock it behind a paywall. Pay me in order to get information. Fucking devils. Anyway, I made videos reading this whole thing. So then it was free. I'm not trying to pay for this shit. But I read it years ago, you know. So anyway. Yeah. But still, in Russia they do it. In America they do it. In Europe, I don't need to point out the all 44 until 51 countries, because they have 51 countries here, but only 44 and 45 they acknowledge. From time they switch whatever they want to, man. Only 44 to 45 are acknowledged. There is BTDC 44 between, but here 45. There are 44 countries according to the according to those devils, but 44 countries. But if you go to YouTube, here, wait, let me see. Here, you can see songs for children and stuff like that. Fucking devils. Here, they're gonna name all the 51 countries, and it's not just one. It's not just one video. Here, all the countries. Here, countries. It's a song that they have for kids and stuff like that. For 51. Here, 40, 44. All 50 countries. It's actually 51. But sometimes, like I said, they having a bad day with each other, so they decide, like, you know what? I'm not going to acknowledge you. Fuck you. It's 50. And then the other ones be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to acknowledge you. Oh, 45. 44. 45. 50. 51. 50. They're devils, man. They're snake-tongued devils. But in total, they are actually 51 countries within the Europe, the continent, and stuff like that. But here, let me see something. I'm not talking about the EU. The EU is this coalition of these bastards, but I'm talking about the actual individual countries and stuff like that. That's something else compared to the United Nations EU thing. Here, guess and learn the 51 flags of Europe. There are 51 individual countries and stuff like that. And it's supposed to be 51. But see, he counts 47 now. He went to 47. He didn't go to the other until it became 51. He didn't go to the others. 50 countries. I just saw 50.
I've been to all 50 countries in...
Oh, he does say 50. But why does it say 47? Oh, it says number... Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
I've been to all...
Yeah, but he misses one. He misses one. That's the one that they most likely had a problem with that day. Because they're devils. They fight amongst each other often. But you don't really see that in the news, you know. Devils. They don't really talk about it like that. But the people know. And if you go ask random people, they most likely don't know. When I say the people, I'm talking about the people that are interested in stuff like that. You know. If you go to America and you ask these young kids which two countries border the US, they don't know. They don't know. They have no idea. They have no idea. Ask them where they flee toward when they want to run away from the police. Well, I'm gonna go to Mexico or I'm gonna go to Canada. I don't know which one of those. I don't know. So you do know. So which two countries border the U.S.? China? Russia? Europe? France? Jamaica? Those are the answers that you hear from these people. You're like, okay, damn. They don't know. Okay, they don't know. But yeah, just the people don't really care. They're not being insinuated. Is that a fancy word? That is a fancy word, but I mean, did I use it right? They're not insinuated to know. It's no benefit for them. Let me use normal words, man. But this is what they do. And you can imagine if they already do that to themselves, how much more do you think that they will do it to these nations that they go and fight? Don't think these people are patriotic. We won the war. They're probably raping women in Venezuela right now. Or they did. Or they finna do. But it's going to happen. That's what these people do. They've been doing it for decades, upon centuries even. Yeah? But yeah, I think I'm done with all the... I'll put all the links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. You know, you need to watch... Not need to, but you should watch this if you want to. If you have the time. You watch this movie here. I'll put the trailer in the... I'll just put this trailer here. And you can check it out for yourself if you have the time. And then, yeah, of course. And these articles and stuff. I'll just put the link in the description box. But you need to watch out who you are dealing with. You need to know, okay? You need to know who you're dealing with. Like I said, there's 51 countries. But you know what? I'm gonna leave this, man, because they can change it whatever they feel, whenever they want and whenever they feel like it. They can do whatever they want because they're in power right now, and yeah, they think they look cool. Look like a sodomite. Have you ever seen an Edomite with earrings? They look gay. As soon as they put on earrings, they look like sodomites. Like, hey, you see, it's that flesh that make you look like that. You know, that skin. It make them look like they're feminine. You know, when they put earrings on. But when a jig man, That's why when you see a dark-skinned sodomite, hey, that thing is too manly in order for them to be doing that, man. That shit don't look right. But when you see them, it looks like it fits them. Like, you know what? You are a gay nation. That's why you call yourself Homo sapiens. Put the F word in front of it, you bundle of sticks. You know? They're a bundle of stick sapiens. That's what I call them. I can't say that word right now here on YouTube. But yeah. Anyway. I already said it in your head. Well, you know what I'm thinking. Now, let me see here. I think I'm done with all the scriptures. I didn't pull a lot of scriptures, I think, if I'm correct. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 31. Behold, I am against the old, most proud. Saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, the power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. The Most High is going to visit you, Edomites. And the most proud shall stumble and fall. Yeah, I'm already late for the market, so I'm done. And none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So the Most High is going to set you on fire, which is this one, and burn her with fire. That woman that they're going to burn, that's that city. And the woman which thou sawest that was set on fire, like she had gasoline thrown upon her and she lit on fire, right? That's that great city. And there's only one great city up in the planet Earth that everybody knows. America. It's a city. It thinks it's a country, but anyway, that's another story. But it's talking about that. It's that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Who does that? It's not the Chinese that be reigning over everybody else. It's not the Arabs. It's damn sure not the people in Africa. It's damn sure not the Native Americans. You know? It's damn sure not the slave descendants. So who is that? Who is ruling over the kings of the planet Earth? You know what? It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I always suspected those guys. You know, they're always under the ground, sneaking around. They have a rat as father. It must be them. No, man, it's the Edomites, man. Them cave people. Them uncivilized, showing themselves as civilized beasts. Thieves. Rapists, robbers, murderers. Sissies. That talk tough shit. Meanwhile, they send their little homo the guards, seize them. Seize her. Seize him. That's what they do. They've been doing that. And then sissies like this talk like tough like they gangsters. Because he knows that he has a bunch of psycho pedophile rapists working underneath the military. And also this one. This is the last one. This is what they do. No. Copycat, the devils. Whatever. Police have it too. Can't find what I'm looking for. Let me see. This is what they want. They have articles of it. They have many articles, but Google is being a devil right now. But wait, let me see. Too smart to be a cop, for example. This is just one of the many things that... Let me see. This is a good time to remember that what? I don't know what this is. Thread. This is a good time to remind people that police departments have been sued for having a policy of not hire officers whose IQs were too high. Here, police hiring and IQ. So if you are smart and you know how to make good decisions and stuff like that, and you know how to be some sort of you know, conducting yourself correctly and thinking like, I don't think I should be doing that with him because I don't know, I don't have a probable reason. Those type of people are not going to get hired. They want violent beasts rapists amongst each other, fuckers of kids. That's what they want. Because they know the Edomite DNA is going back to the Greeks and the Romans and stuff like that. Damn, blood here. It's going back to North American man love boy associations, because they put themselves in those type of situations because they love it. They love being there. That's why they are raping each other with friendly fire in the militaries. They do it in all of Europe, all of the countries in Europe. They do it. America, they do it. They do it in Russia. They do it. But them Russians, not them Russians, is one. And the thing is, their government also protects those people because they locked them up. They locked him up for defending himself. You know, because he said that they did it, like I said, I read it in front of the camera, so it's on one of these videos and stuff like that. But that was before they locked it behind a paywall. You know, so yeah. Let me see. But that's what they do. That's what these people are doing. They've been doing that, and that's in their nature. They are what I said that they are. No. They are what they show you that they are. That's a better one. Because I can say whatever I want. You know, it might be biased and stuff like that. Might be, it might be not. If the devil does something good, I'll tell you. I'll tell the truth. So most of the time they don't. So I expect them to not be good. You should expect it. Ew. It's another filthy conversation. But yeah, too smart to be a cop. That's just one. And then you have another one. Well, I just actually don't need that one. Hiring an IQ and all that type of stuff. Let me see. Fix, but you can't fix shit, bro. You can't fix shit. It's not supposed to be fixed. Bomb. Give her a bomb. Help her. You know, bomb her, for she might be healed. She is not healed. But yeah, I think I'm done. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Watch out. If you want to join the military, go ahead. go ahead. They got benefits for you. But if you're too smart, bet your ass you're gonna fail that test, boy. Because if they look at the test, they'd be like, no. We don't want people like this here around. That's why I told you. Also in the schools, if they want you to be law-abiding citizens and stuff like that, why don't they teach you law in school and do it under the age of 18? Because then you're going to remember more, you're going to know more, you're going to learn better and faster. It's going to be more interesting. But because by the time you hit like your teens and stuff like that, like 16, as a boy, you might start thinking of girls, or you might start thinking of trying to be popular. Other things will detract you from learning. It might, not always. Not everybody is following that type of mentality, but you're going to think different. Once you start hitting a certain age, you might want to start smoking weed now, hang with the fellas, trying to get bitches and all that type of stuff. But when you're in a young state of mind, you're not really thinking of other things. You're just thinking go to school. It's not a real big problem until you get older. You be like, hey man, I don't want to wake up to get doing goddamn school, man. See? So if you want law-abiding citizens, why don't you teach them law in the schools? No, because then you have something to say against the police when they pull you over. Yeah, you know the law now. Yeah? They don't want that. They want you to be as dumb as possible toward the law, and then when they start pulling up on you, they can just pull up shit out of their asshole talking about, you can't stand here. Oh yeah? Where's that? Oh, he resisted. He resisted my authority. That's what they do. So they don't want you to know the law. They don't want you to be smart, neither. When you're too smart, they will, that's what I'm looking for. They will reject your appliance. You're applying to be a cop. Well, you're rejected. Anyway, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.